Hey Al, so here we are at the 20-minute CRM review show, episode 4, I think it is?
4.
I think it is, 4 it is, fantastic. And so what we wanted to do now was take a look at, I think we said we were going to look at Sugar CRM, Salesforce.com, Microsoft Dynamics CRM, and take a look at the different methods in which you load data into the CRM system.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing we've got here is we're already on the account screen and we already have a small list of accounts. And so although we're going to be showing some data import techniques, I'm actually going to export this. I'm going to select it first, which helps. Now, reasons why I might be exporting before I import. Basically, what we'll see...
I think it's the accounts one.
I think it's the accounts one too. What we'll see is when we look at this file is that it's got column headers in it.
So this will make it easy for you to put your own stuff in after.
Yeah.
So if I export it, and it's going to give me, I see it's giving me all the column headings, isn't it? So all the fields.
It's giving you quite a lot of column headings, quite a lot of the fields,
Okay.
yeah.
So then I could populate this with my own data if I'm taking it out of, I don't know, out of Outlook or Maximizer, Goldmine Act. I could take that in a spreadsheet and then populate it into this spreadsheet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, just to make things a little bit more simple and easier to understand, I'm going to get rid of a lot of these fields.
What happens if we include fields, we leave them there but just leave them blank? It'll be fine for the import, won't it?
Yeah, well, it'll be fine. You'll see when we actually do the mapping for this.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got rid of quite a lot of fields there.
Right.
So I think what we're going to do is just change a little bit of...
Oh, okay, sure. Right.
Change a little bit of information. Going to leave that the same. Going to leave that the same.
Okay. San Carlos sounds a lot sunnier than West 6th.
I guess so. Going to change that to Vancouver. I'm going to change what is the state to BC.
Lovely.
I'm going to just put the first part, the postcode in, and I'm going to change that to Canada.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay, you get this message up with the Excel. It's because we're saving a CSV format. You'll get another one as I try to shut it down. Just ignore that.
So we opened it as a CSV file, and it automatically resaves it as a CSV file.
Yes.
Okay, good. And a CSV file for our non-techies out there is it opens and closes in Excel. It's an Excel file, but it just in the background it's saving everything as a comma delimited text file.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Comma delimited file is pretty standard for bringing in data.
But for our non-techies out there, it's simply a file that you can open and close in Excel, and it's in a format that works for importing into Sugar. Okay, great.
Okay, so we're on the account entity here,
Right.
and if you remember from our initial video, the import entity is sat on each entity.
Okay.
So if you want to import opportunities, you go to the opportunities business object. If you want
and
to import accounts, we
and
go to the account business object.
And the very first thing is it's saying a comma delimited file.
Comma delimited file.
Perfect.
I think it's fairly standard, so I'm not going to change any of this stuff, but you can delimit in different ways.
Right. But the way you did it, by exporting just a simple one dummy record that you put in the system, it gives us a spreadsheet. I could then go out to my Maximizer, Goldmine Act, my spreadsheet that I maintain. I could have somebody in the office populate it for me, and then I can go back and just import it. It's that simple. That's
Absolutely.
Good. Okay, fantastic.
Now, just leave the house header because we do have the column headings in there.
Right.
And what you'll find then is when we get to the mapping screen, which I think is the next screen, you'll find that that's made life just a little more simple for you.
Because we exported it as a CSV direct from the system, it's a like for like match on that header row with the true field name.
Yeah.
And so it knows to
Exactly.
line it up correctly.
Yeah, the
That's
system's
perfect.
exported the headers. On the import, it recognises the headers and matches
Right.
them to the correct columns. We'll
Right.
see each of these.
Right. So in the database field, I see it's got the display name, and then what we're seeing in the header row, what we put out was the hidden true field name, where it's got underscores. And okay, makes sense. Good.
Okay, and basically, I'm going to hit import on that.
Right. Wow. Now that replaced the existing record that was there.
That didn't replace the existing
It
record.
didn't.
When we exported out,
Mm-hmm.
if you remember, we had that ID column in the file.
Right.
Now, if we'd have imported back in with that ID column, I suspect it would have changed that record to be with the data that I've got.
Okay.
Because I didn't import the ID, it assumes that this is a new record.
If you had left the ID column there and left it blank, it would have imported it as a new record too, I presume.
I would suspect that that's
Yeah,
the case.
but the nice thing is by having that ID record there, that ID number there, you could go in and actually use then Excel to have
To link your records.
update your data. Yeah.
To update your data or to link your records, ideal.
To link a parent to a child.
So it's almost worth exporting some of your data out before you do the imports to
Right.
make sure that even
Right.
if you're going to add new values to the file that's already there.
Right. Okay. Hey, yeah, and so like the typical thing you're going to want to import when you do these things, I guess, is like we were talking about before, you're going to have companies, contacts, and opportunities. And so you're going to take your Sugar CRM install, you're going to create at least one dummy record for each of those. You're going to export that. It'll give you a CSV file. I'm going to open the CSV file. I'm going to fill the data in with what I want from